Okay, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to night 4 of the Single to Soulmate Challenge, the first ever What Men Really Want and Women Really Need challenge. And I am so amazingly blessed to have all of you here and to have all of you guys showing up the way you are showing up. I'm really excited. Really, really excited. So we issued a challenge last night for those who wanted to make an investment in themselves to spend the capital. Listen, guys, they say money is nothing. Money returns. You could make that back. You may not have any today, but you can make that back tomorrow. You'll spend it today, but you can make that back. Time. We can't make that back. And so the largest investment you can make is your time. And I asked last night at about 11:30 for those who would to make an investment in themselves, to dress today for their future, for their destiny, for the thing that they want. And I knew that at that hour of the night, it's Sunday night, most people already planned what they were going to wear to work tomorrow. But those of you who did it and you sent me the outfits through the day, I am so proud of you. I am so, so proud. I'm curious. I'm curious to know if you observed anything different, if you had any different experiences, anything at all, any shift at all. Was there anyone who has anything positive to report or negative or just interesting? It could be neutral. It doesn't have to be positive. It doesn't have to be negative, but something that just happened. Anyone?
I just got a few stairs in the grocery.
Okay, so who's speaking? Who's speaking? So when you,
This is Janine.
okay, Janine, I can't see you yet. Yes,
I
Janine.
don't know.
Okay, hang on. Let us, Yes, Miss Janine. So you went to the grocery store looking all, and what happened?
Well, I went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I went with my son because he was my driver.
Yes.
So
Janine,
he said,
you old enough to have a son who is a driver? What is going on?
my my
What is
son is
going
20,
on?
my son is 21
What is going on here? Well done, Mama. You look well. You look well. Yes.
and my daughter is 24.
No,
What
man,
is that?
Janine. Behave yourself. No, man.
Yes, I turned 48 on the 11th of August.
Happy belated birthday. We're
Thank
the same
you.
age. I'm only May, June, July, August. I'm only 4 months and 1 day older than you. I'm your big sister then, eh?
And that is why I was going to tell you that I write with you there.
Yes. You look well. Yes, so
So my son, so I just a few stairs, my son said to me, he's like, Mommy, there was a man with his wife looking at you. I'm like, well, oh gosh, no. But usually to me it just felt good to dress up with intention and go. But let me tell you, it was very challenging for me because I procrastinated all day, to be honest, because I I was like, oh gosh, just all of this. But I understood, and I am very proud of me that I actually went through with this thing. Because I wasn't really wanting to do all of this, to be honest.
I hear you. So Janine, let me ask a few qualifying questions.
Mhm.
What if you did this every day?
Oh, that would be good. Seeing as I love to dress up and look nice. And yes, it is. the lifestyle that I would like to have. And you said we have to dress for the lifestyle.
Right,
Because
right.
I do love fashion. I feel like I change my hair every day.
Look at her face, like I could do this every day. I
Yeah,
That was going to be my next question. What if this is the lifestyle that God has for you?
I believe this is the lifestyle he has for me because it's been in me. It's just that a lot of factors have caused you to not be walking in it. You know, a lot of physical factors, but as we say, I think it starts with here first, right? So we're working on here, right?
That's right. Oh, everybody, well said, Lady Janine. Well said. Everybody, please put your hands together for Lady Janine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else had an experience today? Anybody else had an experience? Killy, I see you hit you. Why are you leaning over like this? Do you have something to share with us? Are you sure? Uh,
Yes, I do, and I don't want to share.
No, I'm going to pretend like you never did an exercise like this before, and I'm going to pretend that nothing ever came out of it. So let's just see what happened today when you showed your forehead. No, you wouldn't think, eh? You wouldn't think that showing your forehead would. But please, I'm quite. I took myself out of the picture so that we could just watch you. What? And your beautiful forehead. What happened? Pray tell. Okay, I'll
Oh,
ease the
Lord.
tension and add myself back so that you don't have to feel so much in the spotlight. But now I'm really curious. What happened, Mama?
All right. So when you issued the challenge last night, I was procrastinating of saying I commit. I was back on my feet. I was like, oh, oh. Like when she first asked, who's ready to invest, that was like me. And then when she actually gave us the challenge, I was like,
Because when we investing,
I
we're thinking
want to
money,
commit to
right? Because, yeah, we're ready to
that.
invest money. We're okay to invest money. I mean, once we have it. If we don't have it, there's a different story. But once we have it, we will give the money. But to give myself, it's almost like I'm asking you to give your heart. Yeah, go ahead. Submit.
Yes. So I was like the last minute say, okay, I would, but given circumstances, I'm at home. I'm not wearing heels in my house, but I wore the dress, wore the jacket, right?
I don't see why you had to wear a jacket with that figure,
Made
eh? I don't see why that figure needed a jacket, but I supposed to be shushing. Yeah, go on.
like today, okay? Anyways, and on top of that, I'm like, I have all these things to do, work stuff, like to go out, spend all this time at these places, and blah 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 blah. But once I commit, I had to step out and do the thing. I so found the outfit this morning. Well, actually, it was like, what dress am I gonna wear? The dresses I have are like two. Like, I don't want that. But lo and behold, I found a nice, simple, but dress up kind of
Really
dress to
nice.
wear.
Yeah.
And so I went out. I went to the mall, which is also I had to go to do there to the bank anyways for something I was, to do. But so I said, okay, I might as well go and do it today. And so I did. But lo and behold, the first thing that happened, sorry, I'm trying not to take up too much time. I
No,
my
take your
my niece
time.
called me
Take
this
your time.
morning.
Don't leave out any details. Take your time. Go ahead. We are listening. Mhm.
All right. So my niece called me this morning. She's in the habit of calling me every so often, right? And she says one of the first things out of her mouth is, "What's the special occasion?" There's no special occasion. And she said, "Oh, you're looking exceptionally pretty today." I was like, "Oh." So why, right? So she was curious. So why am I, dressed up more than usual? But when she called me, and so, anyways, so that was one. And then I went out, so left. For one, I had to literally, in my mind, keep telling myself to slow down. I'm not walk. That was one of the things that I had to, program. Even to the point where literally I'm walking, the bus is about to come down the street, and I still, there were some people at the bus stop, but I slowly take my time to get across the street, get into the bus. One, the bus driver was catching this, taking a look, multiple looks. On top of that, similar to I think Janine, a guy sitting with his family, a woman, he was checking me out. The guy sat next to, he also was checking me out. And when he left the bus, he was in the corner. I sat at the outside. And he said, when he passed, he said, thank you. I said, you're welcome. And then I said, have a good day. He wished me have a good day, right? So that was that. And then I went into the bank, couple of people there as well. Walking through, I literally walking slow, trying to walk slowly. Passing an older gentleman, he too was tracking me out. So I had a group of young guys also like follow me in two couple of different stores in the mall. And also just, taking my time in the stores where I went, sat down, ate, and just sat, Yeah. So yeah, I saw the attention. And another thing, I caught myself being like playing with my hair. Like I'm actually walking and I'm playing with in my hair. And while I was at home before I left earlier this morning, I had to I'm usually of course in slacks, right? So I have a habit of sitting on my leg, I literally had to sit like a lady the entire day.
Yes.
So stuff like that. So yeah, I felt, oh, and on my way home in the bus was full. And I got in the back, and this guy got up and asked me, no, this guy asked me if I wanted to sit. I said yes, and he got up and gave me his seat.
Guys, please put your heads together for Miss Keelia. All right, Keelia, so some serious debriefing questions. I'm behaving like this because I really am excited. That is genuine. And well, if you know me, you know that I do behave like that. But
Yes,
guys,
I know.
this is a Keelia strategy. Take the bus. Leave your car at home and take the bus. Okay? All right. So, Keelia, explain to me why you were playing with your hair.
Why?
Yeah.
I guess I felt girly and feminine.
Are you guys picking up what she just said? Did you tell yourself, feel girly and feminine and play with your hair? Is that something you told yourself?
No.
It was just something that was now naturally oozing out of you.
Mm, yeah.
Kelia, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Lady Janine. What if this is the life that God wants you to live every day?
Ah, well, in the essence, like similar like to me too, I would say yes, it was something that I can't that will do, but life circumstances, you make you feel like you gotta like I'm
Hustle.
home, right? So it's just yeah. So it's like yeah, so it's not something you just naturally go on saying. But I like the challenge. I even like thank the Lord this morning for the challenge, even before I even executed it, because to have someone that is, be willing to challenge me like that, because outside of myself, I want like, yeah, if I'm going to a business trip or something, like I've started to, dress up recently. If anyone knows me, like I'm a pants girl.
A jeans and
This
t-shirt
past,
girl to be exact. Yes.
yes,
Yes. Um,
and my
mm.
wardrobe of dresses has only increased over the past couple of years. Prior to that, maybe like, one or two kind of dressy outfits for when I'm going to a wedding or thing, but my dress capacity was count on one hand how many dresses I had in my wardrobe. So yes.
Yes.
Um,
And well, you know what would have happened if it was a red dress, not a black dress, right? With red lipstick and red shoes. Okay. Everybody, please put your hands together for Miss Keelia. Keelia, I mean, there's nothing else to say. I mean, I could ask you a whole lot of other questions, but I think that we could see what is happening when what I want you to see is the internal shift. So they did the thing on the outside, but there's a being. We in our tribe we talk a lot about being. Well done, Mama. Thank you for taking the challenge. Well done. Thank you,
thank
thank
you
you,
for
thank
issuing
you.
it.
All right. Do we have any one more brave
Yeah.
soul? It isn't. Yes. Who?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yes. Um, Hi everyone.
Who's speaking after
So I
who?
am
Thank
the
you.
co Lydia.
Okay, I'm looking for you, Lydia. I'm looking. You see how you just know when people need glasses, eh? And they don't want to get them. There you go. Yes, Lydia. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I am the co-worker of Janine and Talita. I did not see Janine today. Otherwise I would have taken a pic with her, but I did with Talita.
Which was
Now
sent
for
to me.
me, okay, that was me. But I wasn't really outside of the box at work today. I did that when I got home. And this is what you're seeing now. So I had two costumes. So the thing about it is I travel and I walked down High Street today. I walked up High Street. I went through the malls. And this is something that I do on a regular basis. And I dress up every day for work. So this was not so much, much of a challenge. The only challenge was that I had to go in places to see the reaction. And the reaction I got today was the same reaction I get every day. Um, I'm sorry. But at the same time, it was more intentional. And, I always get the stares and, the compliments and so on. But today it was a little more finesse because I walked with assurance and in authority. I held my head up like, hey, I'm coming through, right? And of course, a lot of taxi drivers, they will, say wonderful things as they usually do. Hi, Darky. Oh, you are so lovely. And I'm like, thank you. Oh, are you going to Gulf City? I'm like, no, thanks. So I had fun with it. To me, it was hilarious. It was really hilarious because I felt as though I was looking for attention. And that is not usually me, but I was having fun with it at the same time. And I was able to take it to another level. Like when I get the compliments, I would look a guy in his face and say, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I actually spoke. Normally, I wouldn't speak. I might just smile. But when they spoke today and they gave the compliments, I smiled. On work, I mean, I'm 5'7" and I am slender, normal built. And I don't wear high heels. I gave them away. So I have like 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inch heels. But I'm tall, so I still slayed it. So, it brought out the finesse in me. It brought out something that I had lying dormant, and it made me feel more bold. And I took ownership of who I am. Like today, I know who I am. This is who I am. What you see is what you get. So the attitude and everything changed, but it was really a nice challenge. I enjoyed it. And yes, I can do this every day, but I would have to like step. I don't wear big earrings and hanging earrings. This is not me. I'm not a lashes girl and a makeup girl. And so I'm not wearing makeup except for the eyeliner and the lip gloss.
Oh,
That's the only makeup.
wow.
And
Wow. Your
yeah,
skin is beautiful.
thank you. So the earring thing, I came and I put them on. I said, okay, I have to look good for class because I changed when I got home from work. And I said, let me do something a little outside the box. And I put on these hoop earrings and it matched what I was going to put on. And I was like, wow, I'm kind of liking this. It's not sometimes when you step out of the box, sometimes we knock things before we try it, not knowing how it's going to look on us. And we just say, nah, I don't like that. But when you put things on and you see how it looks, it changes everything. It changes the atmosphere, your attitude, and everything. So yeah, I enjoyed this little challenge today. This morning, I said to Talita, seriously, all of this? She said, but this is nothing for you. This is nothing, you do this every day anyway. And I'm like, yes, but I feel as though I'm doing it now for a specific reason. I'm looking for someone, I'm looking for the attention. So Jenny said something earlier on, and I would reiterate that to say it's a mindset. It is all it starts there first. And if we have a negative approach, that is the energy that we are going to give off. And we have to be what we want, be who we are. So it will be a reflection that when people look at us, that is what is going to come back, right? Positive energy, positive vibes. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for Lady Lydia. Thank you, Lady Lydia. I wish I could do everybody. I want everybody who's dressed up. I wish I could do every single one of you guys. Guys, I couldn't have asked the ladies to script this better, because let me paraphrase what they are saying and put a man in it, not people. Let's take out people and put a man. What they're saying is, with the intention that I will hold my space, slow it down, be graceful, and be intentional, I exude that frequency. And we spoke about that in night two, didn't we? That a man wants somebody who will raise his status level, who will reduce his stress, and who looks good to the eye. Weren't that the first three? That was night one. And then we went into control of self control, not other control, not situation control, but self control. That's a presence. You walk with a presence. And the three ladies explained that they had that. Now let me explain to you just one thing about the men who were with their families and they gave a look. You ever walk somewhere and a woman give you a look and tell you, girl, you look good? You all ever had that?
Yeah.
A married
Mm-hmm.
man, yes, a married man with his family, that is what that look means. It doesn't mean I want to get with you. It doesn't mean I want to, but it is also him giving that acknowledgement. And I've even seen men tell their wives. No, this is a very different dynamic. Now, if the wife looks same level like you do when you're strutting, he will even tell his wife, like, and the wife will look too and be like, have you guys ever experienced that? That the
Yes.
husband and wife together will celebrate that single girl, you're on your way. And so I like to tell the girls that when the postman, the maxi man, the taxi man, the waterman, the every service person you meet along the way is complimenting you. I love when Lydia said that she was now able to look them back in the eye. With Janine, she, well, her children had the responses, the people in the grocery store, the stairs with Kelia. Gentlemen took action. So, Kelia, I want to encourage you to do it again. And I want to encourage you to take it a little further when the gentleman gets up to give you the seat. Oh, thank you. How kind. That is encouragement. Speak to me. If you're single, speak to me. Thank you. How kind, sir. What will he say? Well, you're quite a polite young lady. Do you come this way often? And before you know it, you're off to the races. And it's not like you necessarily want to get with him, but you definitely want practice. You want practice in having those types of conversations that are, some people might call that flirty. I call that being polite. I'm not asking you to bat your eyes and to do I was considering a video for you guys this evening. You all know who Barry White is? Do y'all know who Barry White is? You know, he has a
Yeah.
song, Practice What You Preach. I was like, no, this is a Jesus challenge. If my husband walked in and I say, honey, if I play that, they go dead. So he laughed, you know. I say, honey, if I play that in the challenge, they say, what kind of, this is a reverend, this is a pastor, what kind of encouragement is this? Um, that is a very flirtatious, very sexual innuendo song. But if you were to take the sexual innuendo out of it and hear the message, everything that she's telling him is a turn on. And so he's like, time to stop talk. Practice on me. Now he's talking about getting in the sack, and we are not interested in that, which is why I couldn't play the song. But I wanted to highlight that the way you carry yourself and the things that you say, even if it is hello, thank you. All of those things, the way that you say it can be inviting and mysterious. And that is a very powerful combination. All right, guys. So Gordon says it feels really crazy when my friend and I were crazy about what would make me feel awkward by pointing out beautiful women and even complimenting them and making a seat. He even did a curtsy for a lady wearing a crown. His eyes were focused on his friend, so he didn't have wandering eyes to begin with. I hear you, Gordon. We know you're a good guy, Gordon. So did you do the challenge? The last one. I'm just so curious. Gordon, did you do the challenge? Where did he go? I did see him. Is he still here? Yes, he's here. Gordon, did you
Yeah, I
do?
did the challenge.
How did it go?
Somewhat, I mean, limited or whatever, but I mean, I did dress up. It was awkward, like in the truck stops and that stuff like that. I rarely get out of a truck to begin with. But before the thing began, you know, I I figured, I needed to walk around a little bit in the community that I'm in, and I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to anybody that might have been checking me out or anything like that. But I mean, I didn't really see anybody that, I was kind of like trying to get their attention, no, either. So it's
So,
different, but it felt good to just walk around, in the cool of the evening with dress shoes on and just feeling better about myself, I guess.
yeah, that's a good thing. So, Gordon, may I ask you your personal business? Seeing that we have 22 ladies on this call, you never know. Now we're going to make it 23. You said you didn't see anybody who caught your eye. What kind of lady might you be looking for to catch your eye?
Oh, it's kind of, well, I'm into energy. I really am. But it's kind of weird because I feed off of the energy. If somebody's got good energy about themselves and conduct themselves, ladylike and positively, it flows over into me, and it helps me to feel their energy and energetic myself. And because I'm kind of low key or kind of just boring or plain or whatever, but I mean, it just, that's like songs or anything like that. I mean, I can be in a bad mood or a different mood or whatever, and a song just changes that,
Right.
and it's wonderful that I can get out of that funk.
Okay, so if you're looking for a lady who can bring the energy, who can bring the life to the party. And I suspect that when you say that, tell me if I'm wrong. I suspect that when you say that, you don't mean necessarily that she has to be flamboyant and all out there. Not like crazy and wild.
Right,
That's not what you mean.
right. I
Okay.
mean, I'm more into class and, a lady that, a person that conducts themselves well, and has clean language and just somebody that fits into society and presents a good picture.
I hear you. I hear you. And we understand that now because we have done the teaching on the status. Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for Sir Gordon Wright, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm.
All right, so a few ladies have joined us. I am seeing some very posh. I'm seeing Lady Rhoda who has joined us, looking very mm, 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 mm. All right, but for time, but for time, but for time. All right, guys. So let's go into what I do want to share some very important things with you now. Guys, so girls, guys and girls, the real truth, why that man isn't pursuing well, we just heard Gordon give a big one away, energy. So a gentleman, when he looks at you, when he looks at me, they see energy. Baby heels on dress boots. Jessica says,
Mm.
me too. That makes a big difference. And Jessica, do you mean the energy that the guy is giving off? Jessica, could I get you in the conversation here just to know what you mean by that? If I hope I'm not putting you on the spot too much. Hi,
I'm
Jess.
here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, I'm on my phone. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah. So what do you mean by you said
Yes,
me
I think
too?
yes, I think I'm very drawn to a person's energy as well. Not so much what they look like or how they appear,
And so when you
but
say,
their positive attitude. Mhm.
and how do you get, what signs are you using to tell you that he has a positive attitude?
Just I think the way that people react to their presence and the way they feel around them.
I hear it. I hear you. I hear you.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. Great share. Please put your hands together for Lady Jessica. Thank you, Lady
Thank
Jess.
you.
All right. Okay, guys. So let's go into it, right? So, we want to, like what Jess and Gordon said, have that energy. That's a big reason why we're not being pursued, or if as a gentleman we are pursuing the lady, is not going quite the way we want. So I really want to be honest with you tonight, because after years of coaching mostly incredible women and some phenomenal men, the question has been a lot of times, guys, level with me. The question is not sometimes a question of quantity. Because really, if it's just a man you want, you could pick up one tomorrow. If it's just a lady you want, you could pick up one tomorrow. But a question of quality. Is that right? That's a quality thing. You can pick up any. You can pick up any. I don't want to say rubbish, but you can pick up anything on the road. But the thing is, we don't want just anything on the road. We want a certain status. We introduce that word, so let's stay with that word. Status. So I'm going to give you the real truth tonight. I want to let you know that tonight what I may share might sting a little. Is it okay if it stings a little, but it will help clean the wound? Is it okay if it stings a little, guys? I'm asking for permission to speak the truth that might sting a little. Okay, I need to have that permission. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to be as gentle as possible while being as fast as possible, right? And keep it, and at the same time keep it real, because that's what we need. Okay. So guys, Um, Gordon said something last night in the chat that I didn't pick up till I was going through it today in the review. And he said, guys like mysteries. That's why ladies that take time to appear unique get more attention. Holy moly macaroni. I was like, oh my gosh, whoop, there it is. That was it right there. So let's talk dating apps. Let's talk the way that you go to the office day to day. Let's talk your normal routine. One of my coaches, if you want to call it that, people that I listen to, Terry Saville Foy, she said, the secret to success is in your daily routine. So where in your routine are you getting it wrong? And so we've done it that way. Is it okay if I challenge you, if I encourage you, if I be a cheerleader, a come forther for you to tell you, let's change that up? Because the secret to your success, or sometimes the failure, is in your daily routine. So here's what I'm seeing after tracking this thing and thinking and pondering about this thing. Many of us are being too available, too helpful, too accommodating, and then wondering why we're not being chased. And that goes for both men and women. Tonight, we're diving into a little bit of Dr. Willard Harley Jr.'s His Needs, Her Needs, but not the way that I think that one of the big mistakes has been that a lot of singles have been given advice that belongs in marriage. Are you guys picking up what I'm laying down? And you're getting advice to do this, do this, do. And then what is happening is the guy behaves like you all are already married. So you're being taken for granted. And then he'll go off, find somebody who he needs to chase, and marry that person instead. Because you're saying you're getting advice to pray for him and pray with him. No, that is an intimacy perk. Put a ring on my finger, and you'll find out what a phenomenal intercessor I am. Until that time, I told the other people praying for you. Well, let them continue. That is actually sassy and sexy, and guys like that. That you would say that. I'm a phenomenal intercessor, but if you want my personal intercession, baby, you got to put a ring on it. Guys actually like that. And of course, you can tweak that to your personality. But all of this married people advice. We have been in church giving this advice to our singles and expecting them to get results. And it's no wonder when I look at the neuroscience now, it's no wonder that our girls are coming last. I'm fed up of that. I'm fed up of that. Time for us to win. So we're talking about how to use this knowledge to create pursuit, not comfort. Write that in the chat for me. Pursuit, not comfort. All this advice is how to make this man comfortable. And we're making this man so comfortable that he's leaving. So comfortable that he's taking us for granted and moving on. That's not what we want to do. We want to take this knowledge and turn it into pursuit. Gordon says, yes, sassy is fun. Write in the chat for me, pursuit, not comfort. So what I want to train you to do, what I feel like it is my assignment in this hour to do, is to show you how. Guys, did you observe how I was talking to Gordon? I did that on purpose so I could show you what that looks like. I was doing Gordon this and all of that. Did you guys see that? Now, Gordon knows I'm not flirting with him. You didn't see it? You didn't see it? I was saying, Gordon, might you tell us? Did anything happen? I was being playful. If you know me, I could be as serious as a judge. I had a friend who used to say, Amber, you behave like if you're on uppers and then the next minute you're on dongers. When I'm serious, I'm very serious. And when I'm playful, oh my gosh. And well, when you get me on a day when you get a nice mix, that's very nice. As being very playful, not necessarily flirty, but I wanted to show that you can ask for information and jazz it up just by tilting your head or doing a wink or raising your eyebrows. And some of you already do that very well, but some of us know. So we have to learn. So listen to this. My aim is to show you how to give glimpses of how amazing you could be at meeting his needs without actually meeting them, until he commits. And then when he commits, we're talking ring on finger, then he gets the full package. Same for the gents. Show her without actually meeting her needs what a phenomenal provider, protector, man, shelter you would be for her without actually meeting the need until she makes it clear that I want to be yours. And so here's the brutal truth. If we're meeting his or her emotional needs, financial needs, physical needs while single, why marry? Why would he marry you? Why would she marry you? Because you've already given the experience without the commitment. So let us be strategic. The Bible says the children of the world are wiser. So let us be a little bit like wise like serpents, but harmless as doves. So tonight we're covering his 5 core emotional needs and how to address them strategically before commitment. Because I believe that all of the advice you have gotten is how to strategically address them, except the first one, after that advice that you got is for after commitment. But nobody has really, it's a gap in the advice. It's a gap in the mentoring that I want to address tonight. I want to talk about why you're not being noticed, called, or asked out and exactly what to do to fix it. I want to discuss the dating progression that leads to proposals and where we're probably failing. And I'm going to have some real talk. Oh my gosh, time already. About attraction, approachability, and why just be yourself isn't necessarily going to work for you. So let me just be real vulnerable myself, ladies. Some of you have been hurting for years, wondering, well, what's wrong with me? I used to be you. There's nothing wrong with you. Even the gentlemen, they may be asking, well, what is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. There is something wrong with your strategy. There's nothing wrong with you. There is something wrong with the strategy. Could you write that in the chat for me? There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with the strategy. And that's what I want to fix tonight. If I were to ask, what is your biggest frustration with dating right now? What would you say? Being online, yeah. I want to see that there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with the strategy. Nothing wrong with me. Something wrong with the strategy. Nothing wrong with me. Something wrong with the strategy. You are beautiful, fearfully and wonderfully made in the image and likeness of God. The way that you are wired is exactly how you were meant to be. Have some hurts, maybe. We could fix all that. All of that is healable. What we need to fix is the strategy. Online, no depth in conversation. Okay, I see that. A lot of catfishes. Yes, I see that. Okay. I suspect, and you will evaluate with me, that some of the things we will address tonight will show holes in the strategy. And guys, this is vulnerable because for some of you, I help you develop your strategy. So this is very vulnerable for me tonight, and this is fresh. This is not something warmed over and rehashed. This is fresh from him, I believe. I humbly give to you. Let's talk about his needs. Dr. Willard F. Harley, I believe, Jr., identified the top 5 emotional needs. Some of you have the book, His Needs, Her Needs. I suggest that everybody gets it, borrow it. Many of your friends, pastors, people you know have it. But there's a library book even. But here's what nobody is telling single women. You need to understand these needs so you can create desire for them, not satisfaction of them. And I feel that we've been training our girls to satisfy them, not to create a desire for them. Well, except number 1. Because number 1 is sexual fulfillment. Now, it ain't no pastor telling you fulfill his sexual fulfillment. No pastor is telling you that. But we pretty much are telling our ladies to fulfill every other need. And it's wrong. And that's why our girls getting lick up. Our men too. So in the same way that we are not fulfilling his sexual needs before, I'm going to give you the caveat. You have to let him know that you're up for the dance of love. You have to make it very clear that you're interested in the dance of love, that you're well up and able to conduct yourself in the dance of love, and that you can return his passions with vavoom. Are you guys picking up what I'm laying down? And how do you do that? With the things you say. And I'm not talking sexting. I'm not talking indecent chatter. It's a way that you lift your eye, a way that you say, "Is that so, young man?" And he says something maybe passionate. You say, "Oh, and is that so?" Well, I might just surprise you in that category. And that is very mysterious and a very big turn on. Are you guys understanding? He wants to be surprised in that category. Are you guys understanding me? All right, we have fixes for that. Lydia, we have fixes for that. Ask the girls. We have very specific fixes for that. Okay, so let's talk about sexual fulfillment and what it means for dating. He needs to see you as sexually attractive. Now let's talk about that. Guys, permission to be brutally honest. If you don't look like you could bring it in bed, he will look for someone. There are two pictures. One woman looks like she could bring it in bed, and the other one looks like she cannot. Gordon, please forgive me for being so plain or so crass, okay? Unconsciously. Can't bring it in bed, look. Can bring it in bed, look. There's only one option there. So how do you look like you can bring it in bed? Well, we have to work on presentation. There's a way. There's just a look. I have a clip for you. Don't worry. Now, it's a very old clip, but it will show you what I mean. Let me get through this, though. Ooh, 57. Let me get through this. I'll show them the clip, and then we'll end this part, and we'll go into VIP, which is where we really talk the truth. You have to show glimpses. How do you show a glimpse? So that you can show him that you are capable of passion, but he doesn't get any access to it without commitment. You have to dress femininely, maintain your physical health, show warmth, even sensuality in your personality without being sexual. Guys, and these things are teachable, they're learnable. The big mistake that many women of faith make is that we're too pure to show any sexuality, or we're too sexual too soon. And by being sexual, it doesn't mean that you have to make out, and it doesn't mean that you have to be too sexual too soon. It's just a line between mystique and a sexual tease that is it rubs a guy the wrong way. I don't know how else to say that, but I hope you all can pick up what I mean. There's a way to, what I see in that face looking like, what do you mean? Okay. There's a way to be pure, and
Doctor, I understand.
you understand, okay.
That face was saying, we get you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Because that one is a little more nuanced. But guys, I have seen good Christian girls make a joke that was a little too, and it leaves the encounter like, you understand what it was going good, but that was a little too, we don't want to be that person, right? And if you have to err, I prefer you err on the side of caution than to leave him with a, right? Okay, so then physical attractive. No, let's do the second need is recreational companionship. What this means is usually sports. He wants to know that you can enjoy his world and his interests. So how to show a glimpse of that? Ask genuine questions about his hobbies. I learned American football and my entire family with me because it was a big hobby of my husband's. Now I actually enjoy it. Occasionally join in an activity he loves. Show that you're fun and interesting. Now here's a mistake. Becoming his activity buddy without any romantic tension. So it's just boring. You just go watch basketball. And you know you become his basketball buddy. And you're just his homie. And you're talking sports together. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's what he has homies for. That's what he has homies for. You bring a charge to that encounter that is when he sees you in his favorite when he sees you in his favorite team t-shirt, he should be thinking what it will look like with nothing under it, or if he take it off. Do you understand what I'm saying? Permission to speak. Oh my gosh, we're still in the recorded part and I should not supposed to say that. But you all understand what I'm saying. If he just seeing you like another one of the boys in a 22 jersey of your favorite person, or your favorite sports team, no, no. Okay, let me just finish up this. I'll show the clip and we will. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to become his activity buddy, his sports buddy, without any romantic tension. You must have that romantic tension, that energy, that charge. Or pretending to love everything he loves when you don't like it at all. It feels sick to your stomach. That's inauthentic and that energy will show. All right? Then number 3 is physical attractiveness. What this means for dating. He needs to be proud. Gordon said, someone who holds themselves up in society. Keela says that she had to sit like a lady and stand like a lady. And today I told myself too to slow down. And boy, did a lot of people see me. All these parents, men and women, were watching. He needs to be proud to be seen with you in society. He needs to be attracted to you. He needs to be excited by how you look. Excited, honey. Excited. Excited. Guys, I will tell you. You guys see me like this? And let's say I have to go to the university tomorrow to like give a speech or something. I'd normally put my hair up in a bun in the back. My husband doesn't see that often. And I'll do my makeup a little differently. I'd look a little bit like what Rhoda is giving right now, French chic, a little bit cool and untouchable. You understand what I mean? As opposed to, which is very sexy, as opposed to warm and I'm right here with you and I look a little bit more. I remember the last time that happened. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Day and I had to introduce the speaker. So I did that and I came down the stairs and he's like, oh, you look nice. I live with this dude. You understand what I'm saying? But on that day, that man was proud that I was a lady on his arm. Physical attractiveness. And sometimes even though it's your person who you've been married to for 12 years, in our case, he knows what it looks like under this. He sees it every day. He knows what it looks like with this on. He sees that every day. But there's a day and a time where he doesn't know. And when he sees what she does, you're surprised. You're surprised. The what should be familiar becomes a pleasant surprise. He needs to be excited by how you look. So how do you show glimpses of this in singleness? Take care of your appearance. Dress with style and femininity. I don't mind kitten heels. You're 1 inch, you're 1.5, 2 inch. I don't mind that. Even that gives you a little Maintain your health and vitality. Here is the mistake that I run into a lot. He should love me as I am. Working, he should love me as I am. Somebody said, if this man doesn't want me like this, then that man isn't ready. Really? 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 Do you want someone who has that perspective on himself? Well, if she doesn't want me like this, then she's not ready. Is that the type of gentleman you want? Okay. Okay. The mistake is that attitude. He should love me as I am while putting zero effort into your appearance. Or the opposite is also a turn off. being high maintenance about looks. Now, let me be real careful about people say, oh, I don't have to change myself for anybody. I'm not asking you to change yourself. Who you are on the inside, the person you are, the authentic you, your character, that is you. Don't change that. That is authentic. This is very changeable. And this presentation matters. Yes, change this. Change this. You have a tummy? Oh, you have these girls here. Go ahead and close your eye. You have these. Oh gosh, I'm still in the no, after. We're still in the recorded part. Okay. Wear proper foundation garments. But let me not say it. Let me not say it. I will play the clip and you will hear it yourself. And it's an old clip from back in the 80s. So it's very conservative. But even so, even though we don't wear those styles anymore, you'll see the difference in the before and after. Let me just finish this up. Domestic support is number 4. What this means for dating. And I've had, hi, so-and-so. Hi, Dr. Amber. Where are you, love? I'm at so-and-so's house. What you doing there? I'm cleaning. Nothing gets me more apple. What? You doing what? At his house? You're not even engaged. He hasn't even put a ring on your finger. What you doing cleaning his house? Are you guys picking up what I am laying down? If he wants a housekeeper, he better put 2 rings on it. 3. I have 3. 2 for the wedding and 1 for the house cleaner, okay? Now, he does have that need. He wants to know that you can create peace, order, and comfort in his life. But show glimpses. Be organized in your own life. Create a beautiful environment when he is around. Show that you are capable. It's okay if, you're having, his parents are coming over or whatever, and you get there 20 minutes before and you say, oh my gosh, honey, and you just, some magazines or whatever, and you just a 5-minute, whoosh. But his parents coming over and he invites you from morning to sweat and slave and vacuum and mop and you're giving away the cow. Why will he pay for it? He's getting milk for free. Last one. Okay, so there's a mistake here as well. Doing everything for him before he commits, or the opposite is being so independent that we show no feminine or nurturing capacity. Oh, that's beneath me. I'll never do that. I hire a maid. Really? Okay. Even the gentleman who has money to hire a maid and say, honey, I don't even want you to do that. We'll hire help for that. Still have a nurturing, organized presence. Not OCD, but just have that about yourself. Last one, admiration. What this means when you're dating is he needs to feel respected, appreciated. He needs to be seen as the man, that he can bring home the bacon, that he is capable. And women who make more than their gents, this is a testy little area. So how do you show glimpses, especially if you don't know what he earns and you probably make a little more, or like you have a high flying career and he has an honest vocation. Acknowledge his efforts. Ask for his advice or his help occasionally. Not in a pretend way, but something that you seriously don't know about. And then show genuine appreciation when he does well. So in my house, they say marriage is 50-50, not in my house. In my house, taking out the trash is a 100-0 job. My husband does it 100% of the times, and I do it 0. When he's not here in the winter, I am very naughty. I put the trash in the car and I drive to the curb and put it in the thingy. Well, now we live in a different place, so I can't really do it. I kind of had to roll it, but you understand what I mean. It's a 100-0 job. Mowing the lawn is a 100-0 job. When my husband is not here, other people do it. Guys from church and stuff do it. 100-0. So this thing about, so likewise, washing the dishes or loading the dishwasher in my house is pretty close to 100-0. 100 times I do it and 0 times he. And there will be things like that. Prepare yourself for that. Today, my husband mowed. I pulled the curtain. I see the grass look nice, like a green carpet. I say, honey, your yard looks nice. Just a little appreciation. Now, we don't want to have constant praise that it becomes meaningless. Oh, honey, the grass looks like a velvet carpet that is meaningless. Something genuine. Honey, the grass really looks good. Looks good, babe. I just looked outside. Your grass looking good. That goes in there. You get a little dopamine hit. Now, the opposite is being so strong and independent that we never need him. We don't want to do that either. So here's the key. We want to show, and this goes for the guys too, what a relationship with me could be like. Not giving the experience of what a relationship with me is like. You understand what I'm saying? A relationship with me could be. Gordon says, don't ruin it for us men. It was one of the biggest surprises of my life to come home to once. Gordon, I'm not sure what you mean, so you have to tell me what that means. Okay, so women who get proposed to understand this subtle difference. You're showing him what a relationship with you could be like, not giving him what a relationship with you is like. And that is a big difference. So I'm going to share this clip, guys, and then we will go into VIP. If you have any question or so, feel free to write it in the chat as well. And I will, any question or comment, and we'll take it as soon as we come back from this.
We asked image consultant Christopher Hopkins to take some hardcore fashion felons shopping, fashion felons they were, to try and straighten them out. Okay!
She's recently lost like 30 pounds, and she still wanted to feel sexy, so she was trying to tighten everything in and do the heels, and it just didn't work. To me, the shoes are funky, there's a little bit of silver, but it's classy sexy, and new bra made a big difference,
New
too.
bra. Wow. Christopher, it's so simple, isn't it? It's a pair of pants, it's a little...
You know what's difficult, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, she's 4'11", and she's a size 16, or can be a size 16 or 18. She can't wear long things that makes her look dumpy. She can't wear flowy things that makes her look fat. She can't wear... It was really difficult, really difficult. The V-neck helps the slenderizing neck. Cutting her off at a good point. One color would maybe be better, but it looked too boring. So this looks a lot more uplifting. I think she looks fun and sexy and youthful, and I just think she looks great.
Has Christopher found a look for Therese that she can wear either day or night?
A-line skirt, shows the legs, sexy, young, and it's just more fashion forward.
Therese, you're walking differently. I feel good. Good about myself. Chris says you can be comfortable and still look great. I was saying, isn't that as comfortable as a pair of sweats? Don't those feel like pajamas on?
It does. It really does.
Why do we dress America looking like slobs with a sweatshirt? I don't understand why you do that. Help keep America beautiful. Same thing, comfortable.
Same mistake a lot of women make, too, by dressing too sexy and too young. Much better, much better. All right. Much better.
She feels this is old lady because it's pants. I said, look at those shoes. That's sexy. Look at that
people
cleavage.
Stood up for you. This is so much sexier, audience, isn't it?
White pumps with tan pantyhose. Just don't do it. In fact, white pumps, throw your white pumps out. Why white pumps? No.
White pumps with tan pantyhose, out.
All right, another thing, white hose. Now, if you've got fat legs, do not wear white hose. If they're in, it's okay. If you're a tall, thin model, fine. But white hose do not look good on most people's legs. Go neutral, go darker.
So even if you're wearing a white dress, no white hose?
White hose, if it's a long dress. But if you've got fat calves in a short white dress and white hose, yuck. Neutral.
Neutral.
Color.
Okay.
Okay. Another thing. I mean, I go on about the white hose, but worse, black dress, white hose, black shoes. Red dress, white hose, black shoes. Why are you cutting yourself up? Makes you look short and fat. Unless you're tall and thin and beautiful, do what you want. Okay. If it jiggles, put on some support. If it jiggles, if it moves, support it. That's why they're foundation garments. There's great girdles out
right.
there.
And get the bra that fits
Get measured for
your
a bra.
breasts. Well, we enlisted the help of image consultant Christopher Hopkins from the Christopher Hopkins Image Center in Minneapolis to help our viewers take years off of their looks and to do what Joan says, don't count the candles and try to keep that fire lit. Amazing! The color.
And the up-pushed bra and the whole thing. She's got a whole figure under there. Isn't she look beautiful?
Fantastic! They just look great. Fantastic. Stylist Christopher Hopkins uses this trick on his mother, who has thinning hair.
See right here, it's pretty much thinning. And the gray comes in. And there's a handy little trick, because most women can relate to this coming out. Well, you can either use a makeup pencil, or I use this Clinique pencil shadow. It's matte. You don't want something shiny on there.
Matte.
Because if it's shiny, it's going to show.
Christopher Hopkins from the Christopher Hopkins Image Center in Minneapolis, because you do this for people,
Yep,
right?
I have a business in Minneapolis where I
Where you just do this for people.
makeup, hair, makeovers. We do makeovers, yeah.
Yeah. And how do you help the women hold on to it?
Life is maintenance, and I tell them you've got to maintain it. You can do it once, but it's a daily thing.
Okay, he said life is maintenance. You can do it once, but it's a daily thing, okay? So, here is where we're gonna close off tonight's session for the main group. Those of you who haven't joined us, do join us, subscribe, come to the VIP, join our tribe, and we will see you tomorrow for the last night of the challenge.